Integrating your zero-party data with Klaviyo for segmentation. As Klaviyo's elite tech partner for post-purchase surveys, Faring knows a thing or two about enriching your favorite retention platform with proprietary zero-party data. And in a few minutes, you'll know it too. First, why bring zero-party data into Klaviyo? It's vital for e-commerce brands to appreciate just how impactful a communication platform like Klaviyo can be in a direct-to-consumer model. Personalization is Klaviyo's superpower, and if you want to turn that into an advantage, you need to know more about your customers than your competitors and media platforms do. For that, you'll need zero-party data. Via Klaviyo's analysis, DTC brands who properly segment their customer lists see 3 times the revenue versus simply engaging with a master list. What does proper segmentation look like? Klaviyo's recommendation is to maintain lists that target 5% of your customer base. That's quite a few distinct groups within your master list. And if you're just targeting characteristics like gender, age, or product category, remember your competitors will target the same customer on that exact same criteria. The way to get separation is by leveraging your direct-to-consumer model, surveying your customers so they can self-segment through zero-party data. Consider the competitive advantage of advanced Klaviyo segments like these below. Keeping in mind there's often no way to gain this information other than to ask your customer directly, which is exactly what makes Faring your growth hack for personalization. Buyers versus users. Which customers are actually going to use your product, and which are gifting it to a user you don't have access to? Brand spend versus category spend. Which customers have tapped out their category spend on your brand, and which are larger category spenders you can turn into loyals? Unique selling propositions. Which customers adore your styles and brand experience, and which rely on you for quality and reliability? Demographics and important dates. Which customers have winter birthdays in cold weather climates, and which have summer birthdays in warm climates? Triers versus competitive conquests. Which customers are trying this kind of product for the first time, and which have experience with a particular competitor's product? All of this is zero-party data at its best. And as positive reinforcement, it's always good to remember that traditional retail brands often spend more than your entire marketing budget for this kind of advanced persona consumer research, which they can't even apply as one-to-one marketing initiatives. Integrating and activating your zero-party data for segmentation. The steps to reach this point are so simple, we're going to speed run through it under the assumption you're not yet a Faring customer. 1. Sign up for Faring, free for 14 days, with projected ROI often coming on day 1. 2. Use our question bank to quick launch a best practice segmentation question. 3. Go to Faring's Integrations tab and connect Klaviyo using your API key. The entire setup process might take 15 minutes, and from that point, you'll be ingesting real-time zero-party data in your Klaviyo activity feed and custom properties. To activate this data as a proprietary customer segment, the steps are just as easy. In Klaviyo, go to Lists and Segments. Name a new segment based on zero-party data criteria. For instance, if you're using the "How would you describe yourself?" question, and one of your responses is hobbyist, name the segment Hobbyists. Some larger brands choose the format Hobbyists, Faring, to keep all their marketing staff abreast of the data source. Select what someone has done or not done under Select a Condition, and find the relevant Faring variables you're segmenting on. From here, you can create all the flows you like in Klaviyo, most of which will now be powered by knowledge that only you and your customer have. Building a segmentation mentality in your org. Actionable personalization and one-to-one conversational marketing is all about feedback loops, and to that end, becoming an expert is less about implementing ad hoc growth tactics and more about developing a listener's mentality. One of our favorite mental models to exercise your listening muscles is the known unknowns matrix. When the guiding light of zero-party data is hearing what your customers have to say, The brands who truly excel at personalization know what they don't know and fill that gap with direct from consumer input. If you're a Klaviyo user who hasn't deployed Fairing to enrich your segmentation data, we'll gladly offer you a personal product demo. You're about 20 minutes away from a proprietary data advantage.